Let's get through this offseason, Chad. I at least want to know heading into tomorrow what our setup's going to be. And then that way overnight, you guys can kind of leave suggestions for goals for the season for next season. So goalie-wise, Gabriel Daig, we will qualify. We will also go for Emil Vinny. Gage Alexander for now we can drop. He big, but we want to leave our options open. In goal, defensively, Gianni Fairbrother, again, we can drop for now. Jacob Bryson, Jan Kuznetsov, we will keep. Dylan McKinnon. Jake Bean can go. Buchinger can go. Carson Soucy for now. Nikita Zadorov. And Alexander Ovechkin's about to be fired. Nighthawk calls the taxi for him. I am going to keep Luke Prokop around. But yeah, Ovi is going to be gone, and I think I'm okay with that. I was probably going to do it anyway. Reginald Hordachuk, 7th rounder in 2027, is absolute garbage. He is gone, as is Dmitry Kabanoff, 4th rounder in 2027. Only a 55 overall, 20 years old. He gone. On the wing, Alex Nylander will be dropped. We will sign Brian McLeod, former London Knight. This Jorgensen guy we picked up in a trade, he's pretty shit. I think that was the Jake McCabe swap, so he's out. We're also going to cut Aiden York, 7th rounder in 2027. Ovechkin out. Well done. Left wings, we'll get rid of Ryan Donato. We're going to keep Florian Jacki. We're going to get rid of Marcel. He's had chances. We'll keep Eckford around for another season. Mr. White. Bradley White. We'll go ahead and sign you to an ELC. And then down the middle, obviously Mac will get qualified. But Oscar Back is going to go for now. Antonio Stranges, Jonathan Drouin, and Oscar Sundqvist, even with his ability. I think we're going to let him go out into the wild. Nolan Burke, definitely sticking around. Veteran Jason Dickinson, we can drop you. Got to sign Ryan Garlock to his ELC. Keep Willis around. Let's keep Tyler Peddle around. And sign Tyson Mink to his ELC. Again, we'll see what happens with the other boys. So, for the most part, we are good. I want to go to like the final day of negotiating. And then qualify Macklin to pretty much guarantee he hits the open market as a qualified RFA. Noonan and Kadri's contracts expire. I don't know if I'm going to try to be the training ground for coaches in the AHL anymore. Mac's looking for a decent deal. It's like $9 million the last I looked. So Alexander Ovechkin, former coach of the year, but couldn't cut it last year. You are gone, sir. And with that, we will do what we can to fill out this coaching staff. Was that Claude Giroux? What the fuck? Was that Claude Giroux? No, he's 62. Holy shit. Imagine if Claude Giroux became an A-plus coach. That would be insane. It'd be so cool. Cesar Giroux, Claude's dad. Claude Giroux. We're going to offer Cesar some decent money. And then, honestly, I do think we need to go back to the strategy of the best coaches possible at this stage. Again, I can't guarantee it. We've won cups with B- coaches before, but it feels like that might have cost us. Yeah, I mean, Ovi's there. Kadri, Backstrom. Yeah, it's not as if there's... I mean, Ryan Suter's there, but he's a C. So, I mean, we do have Parise... Or not Parise. Yeah, it was Parise, wasn't it? Pavelski and Doughty that we're trying to train up at the same time. In terms of scouts, let's get rid of Davis. Try to get an all-A coaching staff here if possible. And then we'll check free agency. The big question is Cam York. And is he available? I try not to use repeat players too much throughout the year, but that is exactly what the doctor ordered. is Cam York in our lives. Here we go. So for the sake of drama, I'm not even going to look. I want it to be a surprise. I'm going to sort to goalie. So for the goalies, and we have $23 million in cap space. RFA is just Gabriel Dag, who is ours. No point in us signing a starter. We can't have one. Is there a younger goalie for our potential goalie signing that is backup or AHL starter right now? That could be worth it. 24-year-old Nathaniel Day. 24-year-old Connor Lassard, who apparently has abilities? Unconfirmed. And a minor league backup. 24-year-old, I think that's Quentin Miller. There's an Ovechkin, a dude named Helms. 23-year-old Christian Henriksen. 22-year-old Pat Festorini. Let's go for Pat Festorini. What Saros got left. This is the last year of Saros' no movement clause, and then we can consider moving on. So Festorini is our goalie signing. Let's look at forwards. RFA, Macklin's the cream of the crop here. Wyatt Johnston, Cutter Gauthier. Johnston's not looking for that much. He's not a big point guy, though. Gauthier, 41 assists. Ryan Leonard. Nico Hatanen, Nathan Gaucher, Oscar Sedin. Obviously, like someone like Cutter Gauthier would be interesting, but not for $9 million. UFAs. Lucas Raymond, Kevin Fiala, Jack Quinn, Peyton Krebs, Anton Lundell. 55 points. Fiala's still a big point guy. So was Jack Quinn, 51 assists last year. I mean, if you're going for a big name, it's Fiala or Jack Quinn. But are either of them worth $11 million? I mean, Fiala at least is looking for shorter term. Like, you'd really have to commit to Jack Quinn being a part of your team moving forward. Rok Kuznetsov, good center, good face-off guy. Okay. Obviously, though, what we do for forwards is dependent on what we do for defense. RFA defenders. Nobody crazy. Dragicevic, who we had before. Is Cam York a free agent? $14 million. But Cam York is a free agent. $14 million. Whew. But damn, you get him cooking with Aaron Ekblad on the same team. How the hell can anybody compete with that? You know? I will pay Tukey earlier tonight. I will pay $15 million for Cam York. Fun fact, I'm gonna have to. Let me double check our forwards really quickly. T-Cage brings out overpay. Well, I guess I'll sort the forward deal first. You should have waited until after I signed the forward. Then you would have been golden. Gotten him $16 million. So if we look at the forwards, right now as it stands, I mean, we know Mac's looking for $9 million bucks. So it's still Kachuk and Mac potentially. Gaudreau on the second line. Point and Arvidsson. Third line. Funny enough, Svechnikov's a third liner right now. And then you got guys like Koski Ranta, who we just drafted. LJ Mooney that are in the mix. Mooney being in the mix means Braden Point could go right wing. So we could go Braden Point there and go with Mooney or Richie as the 2C. Koski Ranta as the third line right wing, and that's pretty much our top 9 sorted. Those are pretty much the 9 guys. So forward-wise, I don't think we have to spend too much money at forward, and we look at bringing Mac back, even if it's a short-term deal. I mean, we can negotiate with him until those RFA years are up. Nobody wants him right now. It's $23 million. As it stands, Mac wants $9 million. Ooh, he'd bring it out of UFA years. We have to wait for Mac. He wants $9 million bucks. Which would be a first, second, and third round pick from whoever signs him. And I'd have to overpay on he or York, which means likely someone gets traded to clear out cap space. Svechnikov cannot get dealt. Yeah, money-wise, this might end up being pretty close. It might mean that Braden Point goes, which I don't hate. Does he have offers right now? It's a very good question. He has one team interested, which is apparently me. Kevin Fiala would be great, but there's just no way. York and Fiala would put us over the cap. So we're not going to be able to get a big time forward if we want to target Cam York. I'd love to bring in Kevin Fiala. It's just not going to happen. Be Wyatt Johnston, but what's really the point? If we move out Braden Point, you're right, the buyout penalty did go down a bit. If we move out Braden Point, that opens up space on the third line left wing spot because Svechnikov would move from left wing back to right wing. Meaning there would be room for someone like Bennett Sinecki or Sedin to be on the right. Sedin apparently has third eye. It's 3 out of 4. I think we try to offer sheet Ola Sedin as my forward signing. It goes up to $1.7 million before I have to offer anything. Of course, Sedin has third eye. Fair. Fair. Who the hell does he play for? Who the hell does he play for? Who does number 2 work for? Arizona. Arizona, how much cap space do you have? Enough. I don't know if I could actually get him for that amount of money. I feel like the Coyotes would match. I feel like they'd match. And as it is, they'd have to be the over... RFA is tough because they'd have to be the overpay, or York has to be the overpay. That's where it gets tough. I look for a third liner. Andrei Kuzmenko. 28 points. Kuznetsov wants 4. Don't really have the space at center. A veteran, Taylor Hall, 39 points. Wants not much. Any of these veterans. It's not a bad point total for Nino. I just don't know if it was at the NHL level. The overpay penalty on York would be beneficial. I don't disagree. It's just a lot of money. But honestly, I think we're going for it. Cam York. First question, Cam. Is there a no movement clause for you? And to be honest, we'll do it this way. We'll add the zeros. Actually, well, in fairness, if we leave it to a coin toss, I mean, I left it to a coin toss on the 1-year deals, but the multi-year deals, it's better to add it to the wheel. I would say, right? Makes it more dramatic. I feel like for this, it should be on the wheel. Be nice if I could type. All right. Here we go. If we sign Cam York, how long is the no movement clause, if there even is one? Oh, it's going to be low. Come on. Stay, homie. Rich, no. Oh, no. It was so close to 0. Oh, my God. So if we sign Cam York, he is here forever and ever. Amen. It would have to be 15.175 because of the overpay with a full no movement clause. Cam, for the love of God. The offer's in. The offer is in. So we know the goalie isn't going for too much. That leaves us about $8 million to sign a forward. Which again, I wish it could be someone like Kevin Fiala. Although honestly, maybe I can wait Fiala out. The alternative. We have Point factored in right now, but Point might not have to go. If we did get rid of Braden Point, we could go after Kevin Fiala or Jack Quinn. Trade Braden Point just for a shot at one of these guys, though, is risky. Fucking Jeff Skinner's apparently still putting up points. He's a depth forward and he's still putting up points like that? Really? That's interesting. I am going to check the interest for Braden Point just to know for sure. Who was our big forward signing going to be? The Braden Point was bad last year, but Ryan Johnson, a 3rd and a 6th. And Link elects to use the forced offer sheet. So we have to go after an RFA forward. Link drops a bomb on us. We have to go after an RFA forward, and it's going to be somebody who costs at least a draft pick, which means Nathan Gaucher or higher. Okay. Gaucher is not a big point guy, but he is a 4th liner. So, I mean, Gaucher for a 3rd liner to put on the 4th line isn't, or a 3rd round pick to, spend on the 4th liner isn't that bad. Hatanen had 27 goals. Was that in the NHL? It was. He's a pretty consistent 20-goal guy. Johnston's not a big point guy, though. For whatever reason. In this run, he has just never been a major point guy. He's a 2nd liner. It can't be Cutter Gauthier. Trust me, I'd love to do something cool. But I think it's going to be Nathan Gaucher on the Leafs. I think it does. I got to see how much cap space the Leafs have. The problem is Cutter doesn't play the right wing side, nor does Johnny Gaudreau. That's why Braden Point's more valuable to me than Cutter right now. The Leafs do have plenty of space. I am going to lose a third round pick on this deal. Should I even have it? I don't even know if I have my own third still. 2.6, really up to 2.7 million. All right. Gaucher, 1 year deal. 2.65. I don't have my own third. Who the hell has my third round pick? That is the question. Who has the third round pick of the Nashville Predators? Because it's not Edmonton. Who the hell has this pick? The problem is I could have traded it to someone and then they could have traded it to someone else. So unfortunately, it looks like I went the wrong way in the order. Toronto already has it. They'll do a third round pick swap for some dude named DeRoche. That's perfect. All right. Little do they know they're going to immediately get it back for Nathan Gaucher. That's pretty fucking stupid. We just could have saved a bunch of time, Toronto. We could have saved a whole bunch of time. So, forced offer sheet. Nathan Gaucher will be our forward target. Done deal. And I think it's pretty clear cut at this point. Mac is our target. I just need... I need him to drop the years. 2-year deal is where it's at, so he's still an RFA at the end of it. I gotta wait, or if he gets offer sheeted, then so be it. There isn't a rule about whether or not he'd have an offer. I guess that, well, technically, yeah, I'd have to spin to see if he had an offer sheet, like a no movement clause. Miles Priestop is on as a coach, which is very, very good. Get all the scouts handled. What are we gonna have here? Cesar Giroux accepted, which is great, as did the goaltender Pat Festerini, Nathan Gaucher, but we don't know yet, as Cam York makes us wait. Is Cam York coming to Nashville for a Shea Weber-esque offer sheet? He did. The Leafs, though, matched for Gaucher, but Cam York, for all the fucking money in the city, is here. Unfortunately, the Leafs matching for Gaucher is a fucking disaster for me. An absolute disaster. I'm now probably gonna target Nico Hatanen. I wish that other fucking Sedin was still there. Maybe I'll go for Bennett Senecki. Another Leafs pick. What if I just give... It's either... Yeah, I mean, Hatanen makes too much. I'm going to go for Bennett Senecki. I'll give up a third round pick to overpay for this guy, and I can't imagine the Leafs matching this one. I thought it was try for one. Well, let's see. What was the terminology? What was the terminology that I used? Have to target an RFA. It does say have to target, you're right. It doesn't say have to sign. And I did target somebody. Jake. On my side, saving the day perhaps, sir. I mean, I tried. I did try. Link says he's okay with that. All right. Well, hey, I tried. Trust me, I would have preferred Gaucher because now the fucking Fiala temptation's there again. I don't even know how the hell I'd make that happen. We have $9 million left. How the hell could I even land Kevin Fiala? I need Macklin to drop his goddamn asking price down to 2 years. And if he does, I'm going after Fiala. So right now, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. and see if Fiala drops his asking price and see if Mac drops his. We're going to play the waiting game on the forward. Because in an ideal world, I somehow swing it to end up with both of them. Neither's really budged yet. But if we can make a play to land both of them, it is totally, totally worth it. Still nothing. Still nothing. It did say there was a team interested, but I think that just counts us as qualified. Fiala's starting to drop. Mac's starting to drop a little bit. What about Mangiapane? Well, unfortunately, Jake, he just disappeared, so... Can I just say, Alive and Amplified by Mooney Suzuki is still one of the best songs of the past 20 years. Just throwing that out there. 10.4. I don't know how the hell I would possibly swing it to end up with these two, but I fucking want to try. Cam York would have been our leading scorer last year. Fiala has really dropped that asking price now. Okay. We might be cooking. We might be cooking here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Still no offers in on him. I just gotta wait out. I just gotta wait it out. Mac is digging his heels in, yeah. Now, I did just realize, typically, I say one big signing, and if they don't sign, we missed out. But at the same time, it's fucking ridiculous that the lead... What just happened? Macklin accepted the qualifying offer. $7.5 million for the next year. Wow. Out of nowhere. That is beautiful. So now, if we were to trade the $9.5 million of Braden Point,
fanboy, the man was a fanboy.
Shout out to Gigi Speed. If we were to do the $9.5 million of Braden Point, we could target Kevin Fiala. Again, 19 and 65 last season for Fiala. We have no restriction on trading Braden Point, who put up 20 and 37 and just lost his gold ability. And somebody... Oh, Tampa wants him. Oh, thank God. Barabanov for Sorella and a third. I got to check their roles really quickly, but Braden Point's going back to Tampa. I never play this game smartly. I just get players like GG. Hey, that's perfectly fine. That's the best thing about franchise. Oh my God, he's a depth forward at an 85? Fucking excuse me? What? How? Fucking how? How are you an 85? Is that a 3 out of 4 or a 4 out of 4? That's a 4 out of 4. What the fuck is that? What? Braden Point, have fun in Tampa. I'm going to take Barabanov. And now we're going to go after Kevin Fiala as a free agent. 2.5 is a depth forward. But is he actually a depth forward? That's the question. I don't think he is. So we have enough money to sign Kevin Fiala. Heads, he gets a no movement clause. Tails, he does not. So he would have a no movement clause. We'd be stuck with him for the year. But I'm okay with that. Roll isn't hitting. The overall wasn't either, though. It was perfectly accurate. I'm going to target Fiala. And we'll have him for the year. Again, playing franchise mode like this can be fun. At the same time, hey, just getting players you like or getting the best players and building super teams isn't that bad. Get Brady Tkachuk. Fun fact, he's already on the team. So Kevin Fiala, can I get you to like $9 million for the year? Are you the guy? Are you him? No! No! Oh, no. What? Because you were going to be on the top line with Brady Tkachuk and Max Celebrini. No! Dude, Vegas wasn't even interested. No one else had an interesting offer out for him at the time. Oh my God, I just got dicked. Oh no. There's no way. He didn't have any other offers at all. And the second I put in an offer, Vegas fucking swoops in and steals him for 9.4 for the... They gave him what he wanted and he left. I can't believe that just happened. We better hope Barabanov's actually that good. And that Koski-Ranta's not bad. We better hope. Oh my God. I can't believe Vegas just fucking pulled that off. That is insanity. You just sim the games. Yes. If it's playoffs, we'll jump in and watch the AI play in close situations. I can't believe that just happened. And now there's basically nobody left that I actually like really want. So no big forward signing for us, but we traded Braden Point back to Tampa. I cannot believe that just happened. I'm going to bring in Carey Terrence. Maybe as a fourth line center. Buffalo's also interested, so I'll give him a bit of money. I can't believe that just happened. It was perfect, as Terrence does accept. We get a perfect deal for Braden Point. And Vegas swoops in, and Kevin Fiala saying, I don't think I'll get enough money or enough playing time. I can't believe that just happened. It looked so perfect. We gotta sign Gabriel Daig as an RFA. And honestly, I should check UFAs too to see if anyone has an impressive role here. Other goalie, other defenders. Adams. Okay, so Adams is another defender. Ooh, depth. All right, that's all right. Depth forward for Koski-Ranta. So he's going to get the chance. Probably right out of the gates. Ness will not. Confirmed has shrug it off, though. Tricky, quick draw, and close quarters. Gold shrug it off is fucking terrible, but for the 13th overall pick, that's not that bad. And our second pick of the round. So we don't have Braden Point, we don't have Kevin Fiala, but we do have Alex Barabanov. I can't believe that just happened. Oh God, that might have been the mistake that really did us in, is Kevin Fiala not signing here. Unless Barabanov just turns out to be a beast. So we have our goalies in the system. Still Saros and Daig. Again, the last year that Saros is confirmed here. Gostis bears down to a top 6. Safronov did not go to top 6, but could be played there. It's my favorite NHL game of all time. NHL 04 for EA, NHL 2K10 in general. So our defense is still okay. It does leave us some maneuverability. And to be honest, I mean, Dylan McKinnon might as well play based off of the caliber of other people we'll be able to bring in anyway. Have York, Lindgren, Rawlings, Ekblad, Goss, Despair, McKinnon, or even Prokop. And then we got to sign some AHL depth. So the defense still looks okay. Forwards, Barabanov is no longer 4 out of 485. I'm intrigued. I'm a little bit scared. How did he do last year? I might have fucked up so bad. Koski Ranta's coming up to the NHL. Don't know if Florian Jacki is going to make it. He might. And Mac, Richie, Mooney. We know Burke's been playing a lot of center. Casey Terrence. Probably go down to the minors. Send those 3 down. Run with Burke on the 4th line. So it's going to be Mac, Mooney, Richie, and Burke at center. And then Kachuk. It can be Matthew Tkachuk. I'm too fucking tired. Oh, I'm panicking because of this fucking Fiala move. God damn it. We probably did have to move point anyway. With Barabanov here now, he's got to play on the 3rd line. So it's probably Arvidsson, Barabanov, and Koski Ranta. So Svechnikov's going to be on the 3rd line, which is a bit scary, but it does give us good depth. So we need a 4th line, left wing and right wing. Let's go see who's out there for free agents. Wyatt Johnson's still out there, but I don't have space for him unless I were to play Richie or Mooney on the 4th line. Yeah, Richie or Mooney would have to be on the 4th line. And that would still be a 2nd round pick. Fiala is the plot twist of the season. What would 4.2 be? 2nd rounder, yeah. I mean, I could make a play for Wyatt Johnston. Favorite NHL 15 because it was the first game I played. Hopefully the previous gen, not the Xbox One version. Although, again, gameplay for that's not too bad. So if I offer a 2nd round pick for Wyatt Johnston, I have to sacrifice Richie or Mooney. And it doesn't feel ideal to do that. I mean, Richie was a legitimate 3rd line center last year. How much cap space does Dallas have? Dallas has nothing. I think we'd be dumb to not do this at this point and take advantage of the 1 year. I think it would be. And we could get away with it being a 3rd round pick. I mean, Callum Ritchie would just have to take the hit. We're going to try to give up a 3rd round pick for Wyatt Johnston. Again, we have the freedom to do what we want at this stage. So then for forwards, I don't want actual 4th liners because I wouldn't be able to send them down. They'd have to stay where they are. Toronto has your 3rd. No, they don't. Exactly. They did, then we took it and we tried to give it back and they matched the offer. Thankfully. All right, there are a lot of depth forwards that can fit the bill here. Fogamo, Heponiemi apparently has an ability. Can't confirm it. Remembered it as soon as I hit send. It's all good. Chromiak apparently has 1-timer. I don't believe that. Guryanov definitely doesn't have abilities. Connor Roulette, Dmitry Voronkov. I mean, I wouldn't mind some grit on the 4th line. Could bring back Kondoleek after all these years. Definitely wouldn't mind some grit for the 4th line, though. Depending on who we can find. Saron Noel. Big boy. Let's go for Saron Noel for a moment. Is there anybody else? Klim Kostin, Yakov Trenin. I mean, these are guys that we can bring in anyway, because we do need the forward depth. Hey, remember when I tried to sign Mikey Milne in the first offseason? Tepley, Tyler Seguin. Wow, we're down to other forwards now. That's insane. Call Courtney out of retirement. I wish I could. And then depth defenseman. Again, we do prefer dual position. How many minor league top twos are there? Let's scroll down to the bottom. It's like White Cloud. It's just going to end up being like the same guys. Who the hell is this? Connor Smith. Let's go for him. Cosmic, what's going on? Got to go for my boy Nick Hague. Can't let him be on the free agent list. Go for Kevin Ball. Fuck it. Go for Logan Stanley. Bring in the big boys. Let's go. Bring in the big boys. 9-game trial warranted for Lassi Koskiranta. I have to technically do the pick a number, even though obviously I'd say yes. We get to roll a 3, so I'm saying I want to... We don't even know if Camden Manderville is going to be our coach. This time we rolled a 2. Jesus. All right. Well, apparently I'm just determined to piss off that guy before he's even our coach. I don't know if he will be or not. Ball accepts. Logan Stanley, Costin, Trennan, Hague, Noel, Smith. Wyatt Johnston is confirmed for a 3rd-round pick. So that changes things up just a little bit. It's no Kevin Fiala, but it's still pretty good. So we can also go with Smith as the dual position healthy scratch. That works for me. That works for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could go for one more defender. On the wing, probably... All right, so... Okay, because we just did that, we have Mooney. Burke is the odd man out. These rules are crazy. They're pretty dumb, and I love them. I love them. All right, I'm having to kind of change up what our depth chart looks like. So Sarah Noel can be on the right wing to start. We'll call him up. So pretty solid offseason. I mean, it would have been perfect if we ended up with Fiala, but it's still pretty good. Can't deny that. Honestly, did we give Florian Jack-Eye the chance? I mean, I think we do. He's got some shot power. We'll give Florian Jack-Eye the chance to start the season on the 4th line. And then centers Burke, Garlock, Svitov are going down, as is Casey Terrence, while we call up Wyatt Johnston. And then someone like Tyler Peddle can be the healthy scratch. So let's see this madness by the end of it. Again, coaching fit might end up being a little bit different. We'll see how it works out. Again, Svechnikov gets the new contract, goes down to 3rd-line player, which is horrifying. But right now, we are shaping up as Kachuk, Mack, and Arvidsson, Gaudreau, Johnston, Barabanov, Svechnikov, Mooney, Koskiranta, Jack-Eye, Ritchie, and Noel. Ritchie cannot be played on the lower line. Mooney can. So I hate to say it, but for Mooney, he's going to have to start his career on the 4th line. I don't like that, but we would have been pretty dumb to not sign Johnston to what we could get. How is Zach LaRue done? I actually don't know. We can check in a minute. Everyone else is in an eligible position. Good. Defensively, York and Ekblad. Lindgren and Goss, Despair, Rawlings and McKinnon. York and Ekblad. How much money between the two of them? Hold on really quickly. Hold on. So 15,175 with the 7 million of Ekblad. Okay, so the fact is, it's 22 million combined. On average, it's about 11 million each. That's not that bad, given that it comes out to about 11.1 million rounded up on average. That's pretty solid, actually. York Blad's going to play like 59 minutes a game. That's not bad at all. That's a shitload of money to spend, but it is also heading into 2030, you know? And we can go with Emil Vinny. Actually, I don't think we need a healthy scratch goalie. We could just call someone up. How is he making 15 mil? Because that's what I signed him to. Because that's what I signed him to. And the cap's going up as the years go on. Is Richter ours? No, he is not. Kavanov's not ours either. Brian McLeod is. So we are going to want to get Brian McLeod in here. So sorry to yak off Trennan. You could have got him for less. No, I couldn't have. Not in this day and age. He turned into asking for 14 million. Correct. And I had to overpay because of chat. So Trennan's there. I could use one more depth signing at forward. And probably Aronson's not ours. Yeah, I think one more depth signing across the board. One more depth signing across the board. We'll do it. And goalie's a Thorne and Festerini, which isn't that bad. Actually, it has Thorne and Festerini over Emil Vinny, which is kind of surprising. But all right, let's fill out this team. One more contract. Who's the veteran? Andre Palat. Perfect. We have $9 million in cap space, by the way. Braden Point trade helps a lot. And Eric Gustafsson. Those will be our last two signings. So we do still have to go through the typical fun stuff of setting up coaches and such, but I do feel like we rebounded pretty well from somehow not making the playoffs last year. If we miss this year, I'm going to cry for 3 hours on camera. And again, the good thing is, though, like, if this somehow does go poorly, Gaudreau can go, Arvidsson can go. I gotta take Fiala pending off the list. Again, Brady Tkachuk could get traded. We could easily blow this up. We could. Svechnikov is the lone forward with a no movement clause, which is hilarious. And then York and Ekblad are here for the duration of their contract. Saros is in the last year of his no movement. We could trade him after this season as well if he proves that he actually can't kind of play to the level that he should be able to play to. It's UC Saros, but goalies in this game are voodoo. So we are set up very, very well, but can we trade him at the draft starting next season? I would say the draft is fair to be able to trade him next season. I would say.